And we are just about ready to get started for the exciting fusion of Millersville and Scranton. Draw one early by Millersville. Sent in. We've switched goals now. Marauders found Pater on this goal last time. Couldn't crack the other side. In the second, they're looking for the same amount of luck on this side. They'll need one again as they trail Scranton after letting up a late goal. Down 2 men in the second period, looking to keep that score exactly where it is for the Royals. Morgan again takes another big hit, comes off his skates, but he's right back on him. Chipped in by Aiden Stromberg, worked out along the end boards by Walter O'Connell as it'll die behind Carlton. Carlton beat early on by Millersville, hasn't cracked once since then. Zerko, poke check, frees it momentarily, works around the end boards for Petticone, chased down by Ryder, chipped up by Zerko. Zerko and Waters working back out. They break out. It's a 2-on-2. Waters sends it in way wide of Carlton. Zerko tries to poke it home off the rebound. Couldn't get past Carlton, though. Chipped past him where it's collected 17. Where did my roster sheet go? Second, folks. Can't find my Scranton roster sheet. It's right next to me. Look at that. I wasn't affixed to my shoulders, I tell you what. But that was number 17, Alex Rozek, on the collection for Scranton. And there's a stoppage afterwards with 19:46 left to go in regulation. The Marauders chasing one goal. One by Scranton, worked out. Bell and Petticone need a back check. Ryder comes back to assist them in the center ice. Chipped in quickly. Big hit laid by Andrew Zerko on his man, Braden McCormick. Ryder heads up to the bench. Puck finds no man's land in center ice. Played. Good stick dangle out of Ben Bell. He has an opportunity. Bell's shooting lane closed off by Ryan Timon. Worked in and a whistle as it flies into play with 19:09 left to go in this contest. Millersville down one, out shooting them maybe 31-30. Yeah, not sure that shot total has a propensity to change. Based on how it's feeling, I think. Neutralized face-off. Waiting for Aiden Carey. He'll get it. Loses it quickly to Scranton and works it back. It's Alan Ryder. It's me, Justin Curley. Works it back up. Carey plays to the boards himself. Ducks a hit. Good awareness out of Aiden Carey to make the pass and avoid the hit from Jackson McCormick. That's how you can tell there's a senior out there on the ice. You can just see the ice so well. Impressive at Aiden Carey. Of another neutral zone face-off from the other side where it was taken a few moments ago. Aiden Carey waiting again. One by Carey. Worked out past Bird. Shot in by Rysack. Taken away by Scranton. The goal scorer, the second goal scorer, Michael Redmond, dumps it back in. As Scranton will control the neutral ice. Carey gets tied up. And an offside call on the Royals. 17:37 left to go here in regulation. Another checkup on our standings. Westchester still undefeated, up at 22 points. Scranton and Millersville with 14. The winner of this contest will be second going into the Thanksgiving break. Drexel, Stockton, and Newman Hall with 12 points. UPenn with 7. Seton Hall with 4. And TCNJ still goose eggs. Gavin Laughlin and Connor Rysack will chase it down. Back there, set to the neutral ice. Too fast for Owen Wilkinson, who's choking up after a big hit laid on him in the second period. He did come back in the same period, and he looks to be all right and good to play. Thor Martin from his own zone sends it into neutral ice. Again, trying to find Wilkinson. It ricochets off his stick and falls harmlessly into the glove of Carlton. Again, the games this evening, Drexel will host Newman. Westchester takes on Seton Hall to stay perfect. The TCNJ looks for that first win against UPenn. And Stockton will head up to St. Joe's. And St. Joe's will be playing them for our first game of the spring semester. That will be, don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but it'll be sometime in January. January 20th, somewhere in that area. But yeah, it'll be a big break in between the Newman game and that one. Those college winter breaks are so long. Kai Dunnigan, the captain, collects it behind there, works it off the ref's legs. And Scranton takes it, chips it in. Gloved and left for Thor Martin. Martin works down to Bell. Bieber. Wes Wilkinson. Wilkinson takes a big hit off the boards. Really, this Scranton squad is hitting Wilkinson and Morgan a lot today. They're really letting them know how they feel. Shot Kareem's off the end boards where it's picked up by Kai Dunnigan. Ill-timed pass picked up by Scranton, but the trusty Jackson Bell gloves it and stops play with 16-17 remaining in regulation. Scranton still nursing that 1-goal lead. And the shot's even at 32. It'll be O'Connell, I believe, on the draw from Millersville. When he's tied up with his man, the sticks interlocks for a second. Stromberg. His pass is picked off, fanned on by Petticone. Scranton attempts a centering pass, broken up by Millersville. Stromberg goes 5-0 on Morgan, and it falls to Redmond. Opportunity in front by O'Connell. Gloved by Patrick Carlton. He was heading the swivel quickly there, and Carlton was beaten early, but he has been rock solid since then. And a score checkup from last night's games you didn't see. Scranton defeated UPenn 6-2. Westchester blanked Newman 8-0. And St. Joseph's beat Stockton and AC 3-1. Johnny Morgan lays a hit in his man after a little physicality, but that's to be expected with this game. Ben Bell awaits the rebound that comes to him. Tries to find Morgan in center ice. Stromberg and Mangano tied up behind the camera here. Didn't see that. Bell trying to juke past his man, sends it in for Morgan. Morgan to Stromberg in the middle, a little behind him. Could have been dangerous. And there was O'Connell, Ringed around the boards, looking for Petticone. Petticone takes a hit from behind. Loose puck in front, cleared by Ben Bell. A Walter O'Connell shot deflected just as he shot it, goes way wide of Carlton. 15 minutes for the Marauders to score one. Bell will leave it for O'Connell to work up to Ryder. Ryder, cross-ice feed to Waters. Waters loses it, chases his own tail for a second. Zirko plays it through to Ryder, but it's broken up by Scranton. Scranton taking their time, plays it off. Nifty puck move, a little too hard, where it's played by Rysack, quickly intercepted and neutralized. Zirko fans on it, plays to a Scranton man, goes back to Ryder. This will be Rysack, plays it back. Puck's flying all over the place, folks. No one can hold it for more than a couple seconds as Scranton will chip it down. Rysack is there for the rebound. He'll send it around the boards, looking for Corelli, but it's picked off. Corelli spins it around, gets it through, works cross ice to Ryder. Ryder sends it in on Carlton as it's gloved with 14 minutes and 9 seconds left for the Marauders to break Carlton just one more time. Shots read 34-32 in favor of the visiting Marauders, but they're down where it counts by 1. Aiden Carey awaiting the draw, looking for a quick shot. Has Martin at the blue line. That's where he wants it. Carey can't win it. Danny Tedesco sits on it for a second. Bird nearly collects the rebound, just a little bit out of his reach. Martin will chip it in. Carey watches it fly over his head and finds Dunnigan. Dunnigan, pass broken up and neutralized by number 13, Quentin Morena. The name of the game recipient, John Montana, will send it in. And Thorne Martin will give chase, collects the rebound behind Bell's back, gains the blue line. Martin turns on the Jets, has Corelli in the middle, takes it himself. Thorne Martin nearly gets it past Carlton. Oh! Was a good height to get it past him, but Carlton just throws his shoulders up and makes the block to deny Thor Martin. 13:34 left in the game. The Marauders had their first really good shot of the period, but Carlton has been sturdy since the first. Carey will duel with Timon for the face-off. He's ready. Carey can't win it. Bird chases it down. Bird taking on two Royals by himself. Bird will tie it up. Helped out by Zirko. This would be Carey. We'll send it in. Corelli bangs on the boards. Martin is ready on the blue line. That's where he likes it. Carey tries a bit of a spinorama, turned off and landed on. A little late push, too. Ryan Timon getting a round of applause from the cheering section for Scranton. Corelli has it in the D zone. Corelli tries to find Bird in center as Bird chases down. Second late, 13 minutes left for Millersville. Ryan Timon looking for the centering pass, decides to go short side on Bell, where the senior will glove it to stop play with 12:54 in regulation. Shots are 36-33 Marauders, 2-1 Royals. Face-off will be heading towards the Marauders zone now. It'll be Carey, I believe, in the draw again. Montana has it momentarily and gets it to his opposing number 65. Slayball wants it. Petticone plays on the boards to Wilkinson. Wilkinson dumps it in. Chased down by Bieber and Slayball. Slayball nearly picks it off, but Bieber's there to help him out. Bieber can't find it. Outstretched stick of Owen Wilkinson, a little too short for it. Petticone tries to find Wilkinson again, but puts too much on the pass. Icing called off as Montana controls behind Carlton. Oh my God, slipped my eye for a second. Bell's got to get back to stop a 2-on-1. Shot in, off his other brother, Jackson. Wide. They try to go short. They try to go wide. Neither gets past Jackson Bell. Sent it again. Dangerous opportunity. They slide down. Owen Wilkinson grabs a face mask. Not liking the physicality on him tonight. Owen Wilkinson always, has a bit of a weight and height disadvantage, but he's always right in the middle of the fight. You love the intensity out of Owen Wilkinson. 12:07 left to go in regulation. Shots are level at 35 or 36. I can't tell. The lights are a little out. 35 or 36. They're close. O'Connell awaits the draw. 36. Okay. Rysack laid out behind play. Takes a second to get up. Again, refs have a really good look at it. They let play continue. Ooh, O'Connell throws the brakes. Quick turnaround on a dime. Great skate work from Walter O'Connell, but the offensive opportunity cannot find fruit as Andrew Zirko, O'Connell, oh my God, Rysack exacts his pound of flesh after the hit laid on him. Again, I think a ref saw that one, so lucky on us. Bit of a late hit. 11:25 left to go for the Marauders. Still chasing that one goal courtesy of Michael Redmond as the puck flies over. Fans keeping their head on his swivel here as a fan gives up their lucky souvenir and throws it back on the ice. 11:19 left in the third. The Marauders chase one. Still 36-36 in shots as a blocker side draw of Patrick Carlton. Upcoming one by the Royals. They look for a quick clear. Kai Dunnigan shuts that down. Played by O'Connell in center ice and a whistle. With an offside call on Millersville. Man, great entertainment for the young child in front of us. They got some cartoons and they got hockey. What more could you ask for? Andrew Zirko taking on Jackson McCormick in neutral ice. Won by the Royals and kicked out to Montana. Martin knocks his man off his skates. And neutral ice played off to Waters. Waters looked to find Zirko, but finds Ryder instead. 10 minutes and 56 seconds left for the Marauders to find one goal. This offense was humming last night against Seton Hall. When you can argue Scranton has a bit of a better season than Seton Hall. But there's a lot of latent offensive capabilities in this squad. They just need to sink their shots and find consistent pressure on Patrick Carlton. That's something they haven't really been able to create since that first goal, courtesy of Johnny Morgan, midway through the first. Sure, they've gotten shots in, but they haven't been able to consistently hem Scranton in their zone. It's been shot here 2 minutes later, shot there, maybe 5 minutes later. It hasn't been consistent enough for Coach Schroeder's boys. They have 10 minutes left. What can they do with it? As the face-off will head towards Jackson Bell on his glove side. After a brief pause, the puck was won by Scranton, but Millersville chasing it down. Morgan, a really big hit by Alan Ryder. Lowered the shoulder on his man. I can't see, but really. Yeah, Alan Ryder laid a late big hit on a Scranton Royal in front of us. The training staff coming out to look at him right in front of us. We're going to take a quick step away as they make sure the Royal is okay. That was number 91, Jackson McCormick, who took the hit from Alan Ryder, who was ejected from the game. He'll get an early shower, get in the warm water first. But that'll do it for Alan Ryder's game this evening, as the Marauders still have to chase one, and a 5-minute major penalty will be assessed to Alan Ryder. Half of the game left. The Marauders will be down a man. They need some magic late on. Just hoping the best for Jackson McCormick, who took that big hit from Ryder. Well, when we're ready to get it going again, worst thing the Marauders could ask for, a re-energized and angry Scranton squad. And they've got to find a goal while down a man for half the game. Math doesn't look great, but, you know, they just need one play to go their way. Aiden Carey, ready to start us off again. Carey wins it, but Scranton takes his pass quickly. Petticone bearing down on his man in the corner boards. Cranston looking for the rebound. Doesn't come his way. Cranston backtracks. Getting his stick down. They work around Jack Cranston. Open shot in the center. Far side. Not good. Sent in on Jackson Bell early on. And the crowd a little more excited than they usually would be, as Scranton will take the 3-1 lead on Millersville. Still will be down a man for another 4 minutes and 43 seconds because of the severity of the Ryder penalty. The math looks even worse for Millersville. They need 2. While down a man. They have 10 minutes and 10 seconds to do it. Johnny Morgan will await the draw. Morgan tied up with his man as Alex Rozek will break it out. Rozek sends it in. Martin dumps it around. Can't be cleared. Can't be cleared cleanly either by Montana. Another Royal on the ice. The Marauders not toning down their physicality. Dunnigan content to kill a little time. They have 4:19 down a man. They're sure it's a bit of a conundrum because you want that time to be off, but you also don't have much time to work with. So you can't really kill it. You got to speed up, but you know the Marauders put themselves in a very, very tough spot, down 2 late in this one. John Montana. I almost say Joe every time, but a J Montana, you think of that one. Works back out. Number 21, Danny Tedesco backtracks, awaiting the rebound from his man. Works back to Tedesco. Tedesco kicks off his skate, slap shot. Nope, feigned by Montana. Martin bears down on his man behind Bell's back. Morgan and Martin trying to choke up the passing lanes. Shot rung in from Montana. Turned away by Bell. Slapped on by Morgan. Can't get the clearance off. Goes to the ice to try to stop it, but it stays in the Marauder zone as they get another open shot in on Bell's blind side. But it's broken up by a black jersey before it can get past Bell. Whiffed on shot. Bell skirts in. Another 3:10 left on the Rider major penalty. Poke check by Morgan momentarily frees it as the Marauders get fresh legs in the ice, but they got to be quick to get back, not to be caught flat-footed off the change. They let Tedesco get an open shot on Morgan, Bell, but he denies him. 2:51 left on the Rider penalty and 9:16 left in our contest. Marauders need something else, and they need a miracle here. Scoreboard hasn't updated, but it's 3-1. They go around the world behind Bell, picked up by Aiden Johnson. Johnson sends it in, gloved by Jackson Bell as there's some pleasantries exchanged. After play is over. Almost dropped my laptop there. That would have been bad. 7:57 left for the Marauders to get two. They're still down a man for another 2.5 minutes. Both parties ready to go. Tedesco on the draw for Millersville. Or for Scranton, excuse me. Martin collects the rebound as a Marauder. Down late. Just a lot of howitzers being thrown here. It's Rysack again being roughed up behind play for the second time this evening. Timon works far side to Redmond. Redmond, the second goal scorer of the evening for Scranton. I'm not sure who scored the third. And they score the fourth. Comeback looks highly improbable for Millersville as they're down 3. Still need to kill another whole 2 minutes off of the Rider penalty. Looks like it was Aiden Johnson who netted the fourth for Scranton as they're pulling away in the third. Demoralizing for Millersville. And they say never, but they still need to kill another 2 minutes off Rider's penalty. And they need to go record 3 goals past Patrick Carlton now. Crazier things have happened, but not that often. Kai Dunnigan collects behind his net. Bieber fans in the clearance. Can't get it off. Pinned in their zone. Timon takes his time. Works to Montana. Montana back to Timon. Timon centering pass opportunity. Trying to find Rozek. Rozek's shot pushed wide of Bell. Sent in. Gloved by Ben Bell. Backson Bell. Both squads really sick of looking at each other, and you can tell. After every whistle, there's always something being said. We'll have 7 minutes left in regulation and a minute and a half on the Rider major penalty. Man. Demoralizing third period for the Marauders. A lot can happen in 7 minutes, but they're going to need a lot to happen. Air chase 3. And Jake Petticone was called for another penalty after that, so the Marauders will be down a man for even longer than previously anticipated. It'll be another minute 53 right now off that, so they'll have very, very little time of 5-on-5 hockey to work with to make that improbable comeback on Scranton. Scranton, another shot in on Bell, turned wide. His younger brother, Ben, sends him off, but Redmond controls. Redmond sends back in, far side, looking for Johnson. Johnson whips it in. Nearly an opportunity for Danny Tedesco there, as Millersville will get the clearance off. A minute left on the rider penalty, but it'll be another, 25 seconds. I think mental math is hard, but they'll still be down a man for a little longer than they previously thought. Martin staying with his man. Poke checks it free. Can't have it long enough to clear, however, as Martin sticks with it, taking on a trio of Royals by himself, being passed around like a game of keep away. Low-lying shot in the same place Redmond beat him last time. Jackson Bell says, no, you're not going to get me the same place twice. He'll glove it. 5:02 left in regulation, 34 on the rider penalty, and a minute on the Petticone. Aiden Carey, awaiting a draw from Millersville. He won't win, kept in by Scranton. Playing a bit of keep away at the blue line, rips it in, wide, and poked in. Scranton piling on late. Yikes. Looks like it was Ryan Tybin who picked up the loose change and netted Scranton's fifth. Well, the Riders are going to need about a goal a minute, And it looks like everyone just, the frustration boiling over on the Marauders bench. They've been scored on 3 times off the rider penalty. Really, that was the turning point in this game right there. That left the Marauders a man down for a whole lot of this game. And that let the ice open for 3 goals out of Scranton. And Jackson Bell, he played great up until then, but when you're down a man for so long, there's not much you can do. 5:50 left to go. The Marauders now chasing a quartet of Scranton goals. The rider penalty is just about to expire, but will still be down a man off Petticone's infraction for some time after that. Aiden Stromberg knocks his man down near the Marauders bench. And that'll do it for the rider penalty. But Marauders still down a man for another 25 seconds. The shot rings in on Ben Bell, or Jackson Bell. Can't glove it cleanly. As Scranton collects the rebound, it's Miles McGovern. McGovern taken up by Morgan. Morgan, breakaway. Johnny Morgan alone. Morgan, nifty move. Wide. And did about 95% of that, just as good as you'd asked him to, just the shot. A little bit wide of Pat Carlton. 4:58 left to go. Back to 5-on-5 hockey, and the Marauders chase 4. They need a little less than a goal a minute, but they need, if something's going to happen, they need to start right now. And if something does happen, I will be mute for about a week after that. I don't know if my voice can handle something like that. It'll be Andrew Zerko awaiting the draw as he'll win it. Sent around for John Waters. Waters receives a hit, and the corner board's kicked out to Redmond. Redmond's shot rings out, collects his own rebound, sends it back in, and he'll only find Connor Rysack. Rysack alone behind Bell. Chips it back through. Played to Zerko in center ice. 4.5 minutes left for Andrew Zerko from the blue line. Works it into Bird. A little too much on it for Bird as it ricochets off Carlton's stick and into the netting, out of play. 4.5 minutes left in regulation. Scranton up 5-1. Quick whistle. Barely any play was able to be played there. 4:25 left to go. As to be expected, Scranton has taken a commanding shot lead, as well as the goal lead, leading 48-36 in that respect. Still some life in the middle. Slap shot in for Connor Rysack. A bit low and right of Carlton. Has some more jerseys hit the ice. And Scranton will be coming back towards Millersville. It's number 22, Jacob Quinn. Quinn, shot. Goes into the stratosphere as he's tied up with the screen after a big hit. Laid way after play by Jonah Bird, I believe, was the Marauder who laid the big hit after play. Actually, no, it was John Waters. They have similar hair. John Waters, a big late and high hit on his man. And that'll do it for Waters. As John Waters and Alan Ryder ejected from this evening's proceedings. Why he did it, it was a bit of a tussle with Rysack. Came in way late, hit his man way high, and was ejected. It's John Waters. As there's some commotion going on way out of my sight line there.
What happens if you're not qualified to do a game?
We're going to step aside for just a quick second as they'll work out what's happening out of play after Waters was ejected. Well, I'm glad my mic was off for the last couple minutes. I had my cameraman thrown out, Brian Morgan. Came on the refs a little bit. A couple fans were thrown out on the Millersville end. And we're going to do the last 5 minutes solo up here. Camera's a little bit lower. I'm just holding it up a bit. A game to forget for Millersville on the ice and in the stands. We're just going to have a short memory about this one, hopefully. 4 minutes left to go. Penalty was assessed to Jacob Quinn as well. And a major penalty to John Waters will take out the rest of our time here. The Marauders, they're chasing 4, but they're not going to get 4. It's everyone's really out of it right now. Thor Martin dangles in between. Martin from the blue line. Kicks back to Cranston. Cranston works back up ice to Jake Petticone. Petticone rings around. Content to skate some time off just to get on the bus a little bit quicker. Jake Petticone gains the blue. Back in, sends in behind Carlton. Way behind the goaltender for Scranton. And a whistle with 3:17 left to go. We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for another minute and 9 off of the Jacob Quinn penalty. And we will not have 5 Marauders on the ice for the rest of the game. Zachary Slaybaugh ready to take the draw from Millersville. Kicked out to Bell. Bell and Slaybaugh working with it. Chopped on by a Royal, where Kai Dunnigan works it back into Bird. Michael Redmond trips on the invisible man. Hits the deck, but gets right back up quick. We're below. 3 minutes left to go here from Revolution Ice Center. And we'll get another one. We shouldn't just let the clock run out, refs. Come on. .254 left to go in this contest. 1 to forget for Millersville. After this one, we'll be back at home after finals week, December 5th and 6th, taking on Drexel at 8:15 back at LAR, and Newman at 4 for Youth Night. Hopefully we keep the lid on a little more for our Youth Night. Jonah Bird sticking with his man. Scranton content to just kill the remaining time left. Sent in to center ice. Scranton kicks back to Redmond. Redmond works it around. Back to the middle. Shot from Alex Rozek. Goes wide. Assuming that was Berzumato, the opening goal scorer for Scranton. Couldn't find Paydert again. Wrister in from Aiden Johnson. Gloved by Jackson Bell. 15 seconds left for 4-on-4. And will be 3 minutes. Well, there's 2.5 minutes left, but it will be 3 minutes of John Waters' major penalty, but that's just bookkeeping. 2:23 left to go here from Pittston. Behind Bell, Rysak tied up a bit. Kicks out to Stromberg. Stromberg tries to find Zerko in the middle. Undercooks the pass just a tad. Laughlin gets caught up on the ref, loses it to Timon. Timon whips it in for Bell, who goes into his butterfly stance to make the stop. He will. 2 minutes remaining from Revolution Ice Center. Has to work it back out to, John Montana. I keep almost saying Joe. Sent in gloved by Jackson Bell, and still some physicality after the game. The Marauders tilted right now, not going quietly. 1:50 to go. I can say that Marauders are going down swinging. You can say that. 2:54 left on the Waters major penalty, and 1:50 left in today's contest. Andrew Zerko waits to draw, chips it over his man. Little nifty move out of Zerko. Lost quickly, though, and picked up by McGovern. McGovern sends it in wide of Bell. Stromberg chops back on it, trying to find Martin. Kicks off the boards, finds Thor. Thor plays to himself, maybe to Zerko. Gets back to Thor. Zerko coming in relief as McGovern will collect. Minute 26 left in today's matchup. As Aiden Stromberg loses control with a minute left to go. Stromberg sends in. Plays it off the wall to Zerko. Look for Zerko. Couldn't find him. Locates Dunnigan and the back ice. Minute and 2 left to go. Both sides just content to skate off the last 50 seconds here. Marauders kick it out. It's Bird. Bird, slay ball. Fans on the pass attempt. 30 seconds left to go. Just gonna cross the T's, dot the I's, and end this one from Revolution Ice Center. Montana skates back in no rush. And that'll do it from I got my paper up. That'll do it from Revolution Ice Center. As your Marauders drop a big one to Scranton 5-1. A big thanks to our wonderful bus driver, Miranda, Brian Morgan, for helping out the camera for most of the game. And most of all, thank you for taking time out of your day to enjoy our favorite game together. I'm Garrick Milbrandt, the voice of Millersville Ice Hockey, and I already miss you. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you again in December. Goodbye.